Hi everyone. Hi. Welcome back to I Saw Him First podcast. And if you're new here, welcome to my podcast. I'm Taiwo and I'm the host of this podcast. Okay, before I forget, Happy New Year and happy back to the podcast day because oh my god, has it been too long? I'm just going to explain real quickly why I've been off this podcast for a long time. I graduated from university, and during that time when I was doing my, final year project, my dissertation, my everything, my exams, I was really busy and I just could not keep it up. And then, of course, summer came. They finally let us out. For those in the UK, we were allowed to go out again from being stuck at home. And honestly, your girl was just having the best time of her life. And I didn't really feel like it. Let's just be honest. And I was looking for a co-host, and I'm still looking for a co-host for this podcast. So if you know anyone or if you yourself want to be my co-host on this dating and relationship show, then come along. Send me a message. Send me a message on Instagram. My Instagram is at I Saw Him First Podcast. Very easy to find. Follow, share with your friends if you enjoy this episode. And yeah, again, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in, for clicking on this podcast. And finally, I'm on YouTube. If you're watching me on YouTube, this is my first time having a video component. I don't know what the word is. This is the first time I'm having a video component to this podcast. It was originally and has been just an audio platform thing. But now I'm on YouTube, I'm on Spotify, I'm on Apple Podcasts. So rate, review, subscribe, follow, all of that, fun stuff. Anyway, what we're talking about today obviously has something to do with being in a new year and being in, I don't know, a new year, new me kind of vibe. Very cliche, but 2022, we're making better decisions. Okay. We're making better decisions. We're making smarter decisions. And the topic of today, I mean, you already see it, but it's just going to be what kind of dating habits are we just living in 2021? We're not going back to them. Gone, or something that's been overdone or oversaid, something that we're not basically carrying into 2022. Let's just jump straight into it so we can keep this podcast short and sweet. Right, the first thing I want us to stop saying is, oh, if you feel butterflies in your stomach, it means it's your body telling you to run away from this person. What? Like, what? No, can we not? Can we really? Can we just leave that in 2021? Because I understand that right now we're all so I don't know, hyper vigilant, we're all woke, we understand feelings more and all of that. But can't butterflies just be butterflies? What they've always been? I honestly don't know. Maybe I should Google it. But have they not just always been, when you're anxious or excited to meet someone, then you feel, a bit of anxiety in your tummy. And some people feel that in their tummy. Isn't that what butterflies is? Why does it have to be this more than it actually just is? I really like this saying by Jared Freed. He's a comedian and also one of my favorite podcasters. You guys go and listen to J Train podcast. I can't believe I almost forgot that. J Train podcast is the podcast that this guy hosts by himself. And then he has another one he co-hosts called You Up. So check him out. It's very hilarious. It's so funny. And one of my favorite things he said was the fact that I say I love vanilla doesn't mean fuck chocolate. So if one person is saying, oh, when I met my man, I wasn't nervous at all. I felt at ease. I was calm. That's when I knew it was the right person. It doesn't mean that the person that had butterflies on a date chose the wrong person. It doesn't mean they wouldn't work out. It just means people feel different ways about different people. Or on different days. Like, I'm not someone who normally gets nervous on a date, but there's been dates that I've been nervous about, and it doesn't mean that it ended because I was nervous about it. In fact, most of the dates I go on, I'm not nervous at all. I've gone on so many dates that I don't get nervous. Okay. Okay. But sometimes I also do get nervous, and I don't think it's not mutually exclusive. It doesn't mean that if you do get butterflies, then it's the wrong person, or if you don't get butterflies, then it's the right person. I don't think so. Can we just leave that in 2021, please? Okay, it's so overdone. So, nah, that's no. Moving on. Moving on. Number two is something that I've just always said. I said this since forever. Let's keep not dating one person. Let's stop putting all our eggs in one basket, please. And I'm triggered about this because I recently watched this reality TV show. It's a Korean show, and oh my god, it's fire. I promise you, it's fire. If you saw Squid Game, which means it's probably your first if Squid Game was the first Korean like TV series you've ever watched, I know that you're a newbie. Um, but I'm like the biggest fan of Korean drama. I watch all of them. And I love the cheesy ones too sometimes. But anyway, so they have this new reality TV show. And when I tell you it's so good, so good, it's called Singles Inferno and it's on Netflix. Anyway, the point I wanted to make here is the girls in this show, and even on Love Island UK and a lot of dating shows, I've just noticed that girls tend to put all their eggs in one basket. They tend to be too faithful too quickly. Can we stop doing that, please? I beg you, girls, please. Be like the men. Be more like men. As much as I don't agree with a lot of the things that this guy says, what's that guy's name? The TV show guy, the bald black guy that is very controversial. Act like a lady, think like a man. That's what he's famous for. I think it's a book or something he wrote. I cannot agree with this part of it where you have to think like a man sometimes. Date multiple men. Don't be like women. Don't be like most women that tend to, you find one guy you like and you just stop seeing other people or stop talking to other people. No, unless you both agree to only see each other, you have to believe that he's dating around. He's going around the streets. He's out there in the streets. And so should you. Go to the streets. Stop being too faithful. Because a lot of women end up getting hurt because they're too loyal too quickly. And then they expect the same thing from the guy. You can't really do that because yeah, it's like a level playing field. I don't know what the saying is, but fair game, okay? Unless you've put a title on it, unless you've like both agreed you're in a committed relationship, I think you both should see other people. Okay? Right. The third one, I actually wrote this down so I don't forget. This term I actually heard on You Up podcast. Jordana, one of the hosts, says emotional masturbation. And let's just leave that in 2021. If you don't know what that means, it's basically when you meet someone, you're excited about them, super excited, where you feel like, okay, this is the one. And because you're fixated on that person being the one, you sort of get to, it's sort of like being too loyal too quickly, but not loyalty this time. It's more of, how do I say it? Falling too quickly for someone, being too invested in someone, where you're like, you've thought about your future so much. You've thought so much into the future where you can't now see anyone else but that person. Yeah, let's stop doing that. And I know it can be very difficult because I've actually kind of struggled with this because I've had so many contradictory opinions about this and contradictory things about this where it's like, okay, but how do you know if you're not just generally excited about this new person? How do you know if you're getting too excited about this new person? What if there is not returning the same energy? Because again, I feel like you only are upset when someone is too into you if you don't like them back. That's just facts, okay? If someone's into you a lot too quickly and you feel the same way, then you're not uncomfortable. But if you feel like you're not really feeling the same energy back, I think that's when there's a problem. So, but do you now like, I don't even know how to say, do you now like stop yourself from feeling too much because you don't want to be that person? Does that make sense? This is a tough one to explain or like gauge or like try and fix. But yeah, I guess this is something that multi-dating could help with, where you're not too into someone too quickly and you don't think about the 3 kids and 2 dogs you guys are gonna have on the second date. Like, let's not do that. Let's keep our options open. Let's see what else is out there. Just explore. 2022 is the year of exploration. It's the year of like just living your best life, going out, meeting people. Well, I hope we don't go into lockdown. I really, 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 really hope we don't go into lockdown. But yeah, I really want us to have fun this year. That's the goal. Get some money, go on fun dates, meet people, be happy. That's the goal for 2022. And yeah, that is the end of this podcast, guys. I know this is shorter than my usual podcast. I usually have about 30-minute long stuff like audio, but as this podcast is now on YouTube, I thought I should just keep it short and sweet. And really and truly, I think it helps you just get the message across quite like quickly and not just waffle on and on and on like I tend to do. And I talk very quickly, so there's a lot of content in this 10-minute footage, okay? Anyway, if you did enjoy this podcast, I almost said video because I'm on YouTube, but yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're just listening, if you enjoyed this podcast, please follow on YouTube. You can follow on Spotify as well. Follow on Apple. I think you can follow on Apple. I'm not sure. I think you can rate on Apple. And you can rate now on Spotify, you guys. So please leave a 5-star review. Share on your story if you enjoyed this episode. If you agreed with me, if you don't agree, I don't know, tell me, comment. I'm going to post like a reel, a short footage of this on my Instagram account, again, at I Saw Him First Podcast. So you guys go engage on there and follow my Instagram and share on your story and all of those fun stuff. I really have to go now. All right. Talk to you guys in my next episode. I'm going to be weekly now, by the way. I'm going to be back every single week. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.